I'm going to give summary about the first unit. Unit 1 title is Introduction to Compilers. In this video, we'll see what is structure of compiler, what is lexical analysis and what is input buffering techniques. We will see one by one. Let us begin with the overview of language processing system. Every language is processed by some methods. So here there are four important concepts are there: preprocessor, compiler, assembler and loader and linker. So the input of preprocessor is the Sculptor source program. Sculptor is nothing but is a pieces of a source program. So which is given as input to preprocessor. So preprocessor converts the pieces of source program into the whole source program. Then the source program is given to compiler. Compiler is a translator which converts the source program into assembly level language. So the assembler gets the assembly program as input and produce relocatable machine code. Relocatable machine code is nothing but in that the machine code are places or various memory address which is placed in various relocatable address. So that code is relocatable machine code which is given to the link editor because that code can be linked by linker. Finally, the source program loaded into memory for execution by the use of loader. So the final output is absolute machine code. So the given output in the above preprocessor is Sculptor source program. So the final output getting from loader is absolute machine code. This is a sample of overview of language processing system. So now let us see what is compiler. It is a translator which is convert the high level language into another level equivalent language which may be either low level or assembly level language. So the assembler is also a translator which converts the one type of language into an equivalent of another type of language. In assembler they are using mnemonics which is called a symbol for each machine instruction which would subsequently translate into machine language. So the next translator is interpreter which is also a translator which convert one type of language into an equivalent type of another language. So the main difference between compiler and interpreter are both are the translator, but the difference is in compiler which translates the whole program as for execution, but in interpreter it translates the program by line. This is the main difference, but the concept is same. Next, the important topic is the phases of compiler. The compiler operates in different phases. There are main two important phases over there. One is analysis phase and second one is synthesis phase. In analysis phase, the main source program can be converted into an intermediate representation. So synthesis phase get the input as intermediate representation and produce the target program as output. So there are two main phases. One is analysis and synthesis. In that analysis and synthesis phase, there are 6 phases over there. Analysis and synthesis can be divided into 6 phases: lexical analysis, syntax analysis, semantic analysis, intermediate code generator, code optimizer, and final phase is code generator. So in the above lexical analyzer, source program is the input and the final output getting from code generator is the target program. So this is the compiler phases. So the lexical analyzer to code generator can be considered as the compiler. So the compiler convert the source program into target program. In that compiler there are 6 phases over there. In 6 phases there are it can be splitted into 2 phases. One is analysis phase and second one is synthesis phase. Lexical analyzer, syntax analyzer, semantic analyzer, intermediate code generator. These 4 phases are called as analysis phase, and code optimizer and code generator is called as synthesis phase. Let us see one by one. So the first phase is lexical analysis, which is used to read or scan the source program from left to right to identify a token. It can read one character at a time. So there are 3 important concepts in lexical analysis: token, pattern and lexeme. Token is nothing but is a sequence of character which have some collective meaning. So lexeme is a sequence of characters in the source program which is actually presented in the source program. So what is pattern? Pattern describes a rule which is mainly used to identify a token for each lexeme. So lexeme is a sequence of character which is actually present in the source program. For that lexeme, lexical analysis is used to identify a particular token. So token is nothing but is a sequence of character with have some collective meaning. So to identify a token for each and every lexeme, the lexical analysis follows some pattern. Pattern is nothing but some set of rules. So each and every token have some rule that is called as a pattern. So there are some types of tokens over there. Keywords are integer, while void. There are some examples. Identifier is nothing but main, total. Identifier is that what is actually given by the user or called as identifier or variable. So constant is nothing but is a constant value number. Strings which can be given within a double quotes, and special symbols plus, minus, addition, arithmetic symbols and open bracket, close bracket. These are all symbols are also called as a token. So these are the types of tokens. These tokens are identified by lexical analysis. So lexical analysis taken the source program as input and produce these kind of token as output. So this kind of token will be given to the input of the next phase syntax analyzer. So what is the use of syntax analyzer is nothing but which can be used to produce a syntax tree for each and every single token which is produced by lexical analysis. So the second phase is syntax analysis, which is used to produce the syntax tree. Tree is nothing but which contains nodes and edges. Nodes can be presented in operand and operator, and the symbols can be presented in the integer nodes. So the third phase is semantic phase, which is also used to construct the syntax tree, but it have the addition operation, that is type checking, which is mainly used to check the data type of a particular variable, which can be used to convert the data type from integer to real. The main task can be performed in semantic analysis is type checking. Type is nothing but data type checking. Semantic in the sense meaning. Semantic have the meaning concept. So the fourth phase is intermediate code generation in the word sense, which is mainly used to producing intermediate code or 3-address code. The intermediate code are produced by using the temporary variables, and the intermediate code generator get the input as syntax tree as the input and produce 3-address code as the output. 3-address code can be generated by using the temporary variables. The fifth phase is code optimization. Code optimization is nothing but which is mainly used to improve the quality of the source code. Then only we can get the efficient target code. For that purpose, they are using optimization concept. The last phase is code generation, which is used to produce the target code or object code. Target and object code having the same meaning. So code generator generate the target code or machine code by using the machine instruction. Machine instruction is nothing but move, add, sub. These are the assembly level instructions. In that instruction they are using registers and memory references and constants are there. Throughout 6 phases there are two main concepts. One is symbol table management, another one is error handler. These two concepts are interact with all 6 phases throughout the compilation execution. Symbol table is nothing but is a data structure which is mainly used to store the information about the identifiers which are used in the source program. And what type of information to be stored in symbol table means the name of the identifier, the type of the identifier, and address of the identifier. These are the informations to be stored in symbol table for each and every individual identifier. So the final one is error handler. Each and every phase should handle the errors which are encountered in each and every phase. Then only the compilation can proceed with the subsequent phases. So each and every phase should have the knowledge about how to handle the error which are encountered in each and every single phase. So these are the phases of compiler. This is the sample example. Sum is equal to old sum plus rate multiplication 50. Here there are three identifiers. Sum is identifier, old sum is identifier, and rate is identifier. 50 is the number. So ID1 is equal to ID2 plus ID3 star 50 only, not ID4. So the output of lexical analyzer is the token. Here there are two types of tokens only present. One is identifier and another one is number. So because 50 is number, sum, old sum, rate or the identifier. So we can vary the identifier. So we can give the name as ID1, ID2 and ID3. So this token is given as input to the syntax analyzer. So syntax analyzer take the input of token and produce a syntax tree as the output. The same syntax tree is given to the semantic analyzer as input. So semantic analyzer produces same syntax tree as output, but it can perform the additional operation as type checking, which means it convert the integer value 50 into real value or float value. So this syntax tree is given as input to the intermediate code generator. Intermediate code generator produce the intermediate code as output by using the temporary variables. So here they are using three temporary variables: temp1, temp2, temp3. Temporary variables, we can use any kind of temporary variables and any number of temporary variables as per user wish. So this 3-address code is given as input to code optimization. So code optimization is mainly used to improve the quality of the source code. So they can use only one temporary variable, temp1, because the intermediate code generator output is 4 lines of source code, but code optimization output is 2 lines of code. So compared to intermediate code generator, code optimizer gives the optimized result, efficient code. For that purpose only we are using code optimizer. Which is given as input to code generator. So the final phase is code generator produce the object code or machine code, which contains the assembly level machine instructions: move, multiplication, addition. These are the assembly level instructions, and they are using temporary registers and constant values for moving the variable value from one location to another location. So this is the output of code generator. So the next topic is lexical analysis. The same concept. The main aim of lexical analysis is to produce the token, lexeme and pattern. Lexeme is a sequence of characters which is actually present in the source program. Token is nothing but is a sequence of characters which have some collective meaning. There are some types of tokens over there. And a pattern is used to which describes some rule to identify token for each and every lexeme. So lexical errors. Lexical errors are nothing but when we are identifying the token, the error will be thrown by the compiler, which is called as lexical analyzer. So there are some error recovery actions. The first action is we can delete one character from the remaining input and also insert a missing character into the remaining input and replace one character by another character. And the last action is we can transpose two adjacent character. By using these 4 actions, we can easily rectify the lexical error. Then only we can proceed with the next subsequent phases. So this is the role of lexical analyzer. The lexical analyzer get the input as source program and produce the token as the output, and which is given to the next phase syntax analyzer, which is also called as parser. So the parser get the input of lexical analyzer token and produce the syntax tree. After generating the syntax tree of the first token, it will generate the request of get next token to the lexical analyzer. So throughout this phase, the symbol table and error handler or interact with both phases. Then only the symbol table can handle the information about the identifiers, and also error handler handling the errors which are encountered in each and every single phases. So the last topic is input buffering. Input buffering technique mainly used for the storage purpose and also reduce the overhead look ahead concept. So the lexical analyzer read the characters of the source program from left to right one at a time to find out the tokens which are present in the source program. Because a large amount of time it can be consumed by lexical analyzer for scanning characters, the specialized buffering techniques to be used to reduce the amount of overhead and amount of look ahead required to process the remaining input which are present in the source program. So the buffer can be divided into two halves. One half may contain 100 characters and another half may contain 100 characters. There are two important pointers over there. One is begin pointer and another one is forward pointer. The pointer marks the beginning of the token being discovered, and the look ahead pointer scans ahead of the beginning point until the token is discovered. So there are two pointers. So there one is begin pointer and another one is forward pointer. Begin pointer is always presented in the first point. The forward pointer is moved from left to right until it will find out the well formed token. After the token to be found, both tokens can be moved to the another cell. So initially both the pointer will be point to the first pointer. After that, the forward pointer will move to the left to right until it discovered the well formed token. So in this video we saw what is the structure of the compiler and what are the phases to be present in compiler and what is input buffering technique. The compiler is a translator which is used to convert the high level language into an equivalent type of another language. There are 6 phases over there: lexical analyzer, syntax analyzer, semantic analyzer, intermediate code generator and code optimizer. In these 6 phases can be divided into 2 phases. One is analysis phase and second one is synthesis phase. So the last one is input buffering technique, which is mainly used to reduce the amount of overhead or look ahead, because during lexical analysis phase there are large amount of time to be consumed to find out the tokens, because lexical analyzer can read or scan one character at a time. So to reduce the amount of time, input buffering technique can be used.